Good morning, guys. We have started our fourth unit, means isoparametric elements. Okay. So in previous lecture we have discussed the concept of isoparametric elements. So we have discussed the concept of isoparametric, superparametric, and subparametric elements. Okay. So which will be distinguished. These three concepts will be distinguished based on the shape functions for the geometry as well as shape functions for the displacement. Okay, so if the shape functions for the geometry is equal to shape functions for the displacement, then we can say that such type of elements are called as isoparametric elements. Then if the shape functions for the shape functions defined for the geometry are greater than the shape functions defined for the displacements, then such elements are called as superparametric. So superparametric means what? We need to concentrate on the geometry accuracy. Then if the shape functions for the geometry is less than the shape functions for the shape functions, or you can say the order of the shape function for the geometry is less than the order for the shape functions for the displacement, then we can say that such type of elements are categorized as a subparametric elements. Okay, so actually the parametric or isoparametric elements, what is the requirement of these isoparametric elements? So to overcome the mapping or to overcome the problem which is arised in mapping of triangular or rectangular elements for irregular geometries. So I will explain this with the help of diagram. So if your geometry is like this, so we cannot map this geometry with the help of this triangular or rectangular element, because such type of space is remaining here. Such type of gap will be occurring when we are going to use this triangular or rectangular element. Okay, so in that case we need to use such elements which will exactly map this geometry. So we are going to use, instead of this triangular element, we will use this irregular or quadrilateral element. So by using this quadrilateral element we can map our geometry. So for example, let us say if this is a geometry, if this is your geometry, then we can map this by using this quadrilateral element. Okay, so instead of using this triangular or rectangular element, we can, because this triangular and rectangular elements have straight edges. Okay, straight edges, and due to these straight edges we cannot exactly map this irregular geometry. Okay, so instead of this we can use our this isoparametric element. So isoparametric element means these have irregular geometries or these have curved edges, so that we can map this irregular geometry exactly, so that the accuracy level will be increased. Okay, so due to these straight edged elements we cannot map our irregular geometry. So instead of using these elements we can use our quadrilateral element. Okay, so this is the concept actually of the isoparametric element. Okay, so in order to overcome the drawback of mapping the triangular or rectangular elements, we are going to use our isoparametric element. Okay, so as we know that, so first we will see here the transformation. So here we will see the transformation of coordinates, or we can say the coordinate transformation. Okay, so we need to transform our natural coordinates for these rectangular elements to get the xy coordinates for our quadrilateral element. Okay, let us say this is point P with global coordinates x and y. So we need to transform our natural system to global system. Okay, so as we know that for this natural system, zeta and beta, these are the coordinates, and we know that this is your first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. So this is your first node. As we know that this third quadrant have negative values, so minus zeta. We have discussed these things in your third unit actually. So minus zeta minus zeta. This second node will have zeta minus eta. This will have plus zeta plus theta, because for the first quadrant both quadrants are positive, and second quadrant minus zeta minus eta. This is your fourth and this is your third. Okay, so we need to transform this parent element in natural coordinates to the quadrilateral element in global coordinates. Okay, so this will have x1 y1, x2 y2, x3 y3 and x4 y. So our main is what? Our main motive is what? To find out the shape functions for this point P within this quadrilateral element. Okay, so as we know that we have discussed these formulas in our previous lecture only. So we have discussed these formulas if we need to find out the transformed coordinates for this point P, x and y. So we have formula x is equal to summation of ni xi and y is equal to summation of ni y. It means what? So if we need to find out this transformed global coordinate x with the help of this parent coordinate, then we have formula x is equal to n1 x1 plus n2 x2 plus n3 x3 plus so on. Similarly, this can be determined as n1 y1 plus n2 y2 plus n3 y3 plus so on. Okay, so where n1, n2, n3 and n4. So this is for this rectangular element, we can write this equation up to n4 x4 and n4 y4. Okay, so how to determine this n1, n2, n3 and n4 from this natural coordinate system x? Actually, we have determined this n1, n2, n3, n4 values also in our previous lecture. Okay, so in your third unit we have determined this n1, n2, n3, n4 from this zeta and eta values. Okay, so what are these values? So n1 we have actually we have derived this n1, n2, n3 in your previous lecture. So go through this lecture, you will come to know the n1, n2, n3 values. So what are these values? So n1 is what? n1 is nothing but your 1 minus 1 by 4 into 1 minus zeta 1 minus eta. Similarly, n2 is what? 1 by 4 1 plus zeta 1 minus eta. Similarly, n3 is what? 1 by 4 1 plus zeta 1 plus eta. And n4 is what? 1 by 4 1 minus zeta 1 plus eta. Okay, so we have discussed or we have derived this n1 shape functions n1, n2, n3, n4 from this natural or parent coordinates from natural coordinate system for this parent element. Okay, so n1 is like that 1 by 4 1 minus zeta 1 minus zeta, n2 is like that 1 plus zeta 1 minus zeta 1 plus zeta 1 plus eta, and n4 is 1 minus zeta 1 plus eta. This is for your rectangular system. Okay, if the triangular element is there, means a constant triangular element is there, then for this system we have derived n1 as n1 is what? N1 is equal to zeta, n2 is equal to eta, and n3 is what? 1 minus zeta minus eta. Okay, so if there is a triangular element and if we need to transform this triangular element to the global coordinate system, then we can transform this or we can find out the point P within this element by using point P coordinates x, y by using this formula. X is equal to summation of ni xi. It means n1 x1 plus n2 x2 plus n3 x3. Similarly, you can find out y, n1 y1 plus n2 y2 plus n3 y3. Okay, so first here we will see some examples. Okay, so for 4 marks, 4 to 6 marks, such type of examples will be asked for coordinate transformation. Means you have given the x and y values for each node and you have given also the natural coordinates. Okay, so there are two types of categories will be asked in exams. Okay, so first one is what? Find out the global coordinates. First one is find out the global coordinates x comma y. Okay, or you can say the Cartesian coordinates x comma y with the help of natural coordinates. Okay, so for such type of examples, the given data will be given as xy coordinate is given with the x1 y1 x2 y2 x3 y3 and x4 y4 values. Okay, and you need to find out this point P coordinates x and y. So find out, for example, if this is the problem statement will be find out the global coordinates or the Cartesian coordinates for point P x comma y. The given data will be the values for x and y for each node will be given. Also, the natural coordinates value are given as 0.3 and 0.71. This is for your rectangular system. Okay, so if this rectangular system is there, then find out x and y. So how to find out x and y? So we know that to find out x and y, we have formula x is equal to, as this is rectangular system, x is equal to n1 x1 plus n2 x2 plus n3 x3 plus n4 x4. Okay, similarly y n1 y1 plus n2 y2 plus n3 y3 plus n4 y2. Okay, so by using these two formulas for x and y, you can find out the x and y coordinates for this point P. Okay, so first we need to find out n1, n2, n3, n4 in this case. So how to find out n1, n2, n3, n4? So by using these four formulas, you can determine the n1, n2, n3, n4. Okay, so by putting this n1, n2, n3, n4 in this equation, you will get x. So for this n1, n2, n3, n4, you need zeta and eta value. So it will be given in the example. So this is your zeta and this is your eta. By using this eta and zeta, you can determine first n1, n2, n3, n4. Then by putting n1, n2, n3, n4 in this equation x and y, you can find out n1 this x and y. Okay, so this is for your rectangular system. Okay, so if the problem is of triangular system and if you are asked to find out the global coordinates for point P, for example, this is your for rectangular system. Now, if they are asked to find out for this system, find out the global or Cartesian coordinates of point P, that is x and y, and the values of x1, y1, values of x2, y2 and values of x3, y3 are given. Okay, also the values of zeta and eta are also given. So in that case, we know that the same formula for triangular element, that is x is nothing but n1 x1 plus n2 x2 plus n3 x3 and y is nothing but n1 y1 plus n2 y2 plus n3 y2. Now in this case we need to first find out n1, n2 and n3. So for this case we have actually derived n1, n2, n3 values in our previous unit only. Okay, so n1 is what? Zeta, n2 is what? Eta, and n3 is what? 1 minus zeta minus eta. So by using this n1, n2, n3, or by using this zeta and eta, you can find out n1, n2, n3 first. Then by putting n1, n2, n3 in this equation, you will get x and y coordinates for this triangular element. Okay, if this example is asked, then this is for your this example will be asked about 3 to 4 or 2 to 4 marks only. But for quadrilateral element or rectangular element, this example will be asked about 4 marks as well as for 8 marks also. Okay, so for 4 marks, it will be asked as find out the global coordinates if the natural coordinates are given, zeta and eta. This is the one category. This will be, such type of examples will be asked for 4 marks. But if it is asked to find out the natural coordinates, means zeta and eta for this quadrilateral element by using global coordinates x, y, means if the global coordinates, the values of global coordinates x and y are given, and if they are asked to find out the natural coordinates, then this example will become a complex one. Okay, and such type of examples will be asked for 8 marks. Okay, 6 to 8 marks will be the weightage for such type of examples. Okay, so there are 2 categories. So first one is find out the global or Cartesian coordinates by using natural coordinates, and second category is what? Find out the natural coordinates by using global Cartesian. Okay, so there are 2 categories. So first one is what? Find out the global or Cartesian coordinates if zeta and eta is given. Okay, if zeta and eta is given, means what? If natural coordinates, if zeta and eta values are given, then find out the global or Cartesian coordinates. And second category is what? And such type of categories, it will be asked for 4 marks. Okay, then second category is what? Your natural. Find out natural coordinates. Natural coordinates. Okay, natural coordinates means zeta and eta from global coordinates or Cartesian coordinates x, y, and the same data is given. Then such type of examples, and this example weightage is what for 8 mark is the weightage for such type of examples. Okay. So such type of examples will be asked in your exam on this 4th unit. Okay. This is nothing but your coordinate transformation. Okay. Now we will see one example related to this coordinate transformation. Okay. So what will be this example? So first example is what? Okay, so let us see this example. In this example, they have given that the point P, this is the point P. This point P is located in rectangular element having natural coordinates equal to 0.3, 0.75. Okay, so natural coordinates for this rectangular system is given as 0.3 and 0.75. Okay, as shown in figure. Then determine the global coordinates. Determine the global coordinates x and y for this point P as shown in figure. Okay, and all the given data or remaining data is given as for point 1 the coordinates x1, y1 as x1 is equal to 5, y1 is equal to 5, for 2 x2 is equal to 10, y2 is equal to 5, and similarly x3, y3 and x4, y4 are given, and there it is asked to find out the global coordinates. Okay, so global coordinates means we need to find out x and y. Okay, so example is very simple. Such type of examples will be asked for 4 marks. Okay, so first they have given that this x1, y1 values are given. Similarly, x2, y2, x3, y3, and x4, y. Okay, so these values are given. Then the natural coordinate values 0.3 and 0.75 is also given. So 0.3 is nothing but what? Your zeta and eta value is given. So zeta is equal to 0.3, eta is equal to 0.75, and they are asking to find out the global coordinates x, y. So as we know that to how to find out the global coordinates x and y. So x can be determined as n1 x1 plus n2 x2 plus n3 x3 plus n4 x1. Similarly y, it can be determined as n1 y1 plus n2 y2 plus n3 y3 plus n4 y. Okay, so we need n1, n2, n3 and n4. So for this we have formulas from the natural coordinates. For this rectangular system we have formula n1 as 1 by 4 1 minus theta 1 minus theta, n2 is equal to 1 by 4 1 plus theta 1 minus theta, n3 is equal to 1 by 4 1 plus theta 1 plus theta, and 4 is equal to 1 by 4 1 minus theta 1 plus theta. Now how to remember this n1, n2, n3 and 4? By using this diagram only. Okay, as we know that this is your first node, second node, third node and fourth node. Okay, as we know that for first node both coordinates are negative, means minus theta minus theta. So for first node, look at this, 1 minus theta 1 minus theta. So 1 minus theta 1 minus theta. Similarly for second node, plus theta minus theta. So look at this, 1 plus theta 1 minus theta. Similarly for third node, both are positive, theta theta. So 1 plus theta 1 plus theta. And for fourth node, minus theta theta. So 1 minus theta 1 plus theta. So in this way you can remember these four shape functions n1, n2, n3, n4 for this natural or parent element. Okay, so by using now zeta and theta you can find out n1 to n4 values. Okay, so by putting this zeta and theta into this n1, you will get n1 as, so n1 it can be you will get n1 as 0.04375. Then n2, by putting zeta and theta here only, you will get n2 as 0.08125, n3 as, simply here we are putting zeta and theta values. Okay, so n3 0.56875 and n4 as 0.3061. Okay, these are the n1, n2, n3, n4 values. Okay, now by putting this n1, n2, n3, n4 here in this x and y equation, you will get where x1 values, x1, x2, x3, x4, these are given. 5, x1 is nothing but 5, x2 is nothing but 10, x3 is nothing but 10, and x4 is nothing but 5. So you can put here only 5, 10, 10, 10. Similarly, sorry, 5. Then similarly y values 5, 5, 10 and 10. And by putting n1, n2, n3, n4, you will get x and y as, so after the determination you will get x as 8.5, 8.25 and y as 9.375. Okay, and such type of example, this is very simple example actually. Such type of examples are asked for 4 marks. Only you need to remember this n1, n2, n3, n4 values. Okay, and these two formulas, x and y coordinate. Okay, so in this way you can determine or you can find out the x and y coordinate for this point P within this element. Okay, so this is about your first type. Now we will see the second type. So first type is what? First type is find out the global coordinates by using natural coordinates, and find out the second type is what? Find out the natural coordinates from the global coordinates. Okay, so here I am giving only one example for your homework. So try to find out these global coordinates for this example, and we will see how to find out the natural coordinates in next lecture. Okay, so here I am giving this first one example. Determine the Cartesian coordinate for the point P x comma y with natural coordinates zeta and eta is equal to 0.5 comma 0.5 from this diagram given. Okay. Determine the Cartesian coordinates. Cartesian coordinates, as we know that Cartesian is nothing but your global coordinates. So determine this x and y if the natural coordinates zeta and eta are given as 0.5 and 0.5 with this diagram. 2, 1, 8, 3, 7, 7, 3, 5. And determine this point P, x, 1. Okay. So this is your homework. Okay. Try to solve this example. Actually, this example it is asked for 4 marks in your in-semester examination. Okay. Try to find out the point P, x, y. Okay. So here I am concluding this lecture here only, and we will see how to find out the natural coordinates from the global coordinate system. Okay, thank you.